Yo, what's good, YouTube? Today we're gonna be reacting to a video about Cenat quitting streaming. Now that's crazy right there. Well, let's see what Kai gotta say,
It
bro.
wants authenticity until a creator actually starts changing. Every time a creator tries to evolve, the internet turns on them. And the reason might say more about you than it does them.
I do
For real.
really believe that content creators and streamers in general, and anybody who loves to create any type of content, you guys cannot be boxed into this category where you're just only that. You have made it to where you are because you are authentically just being yourself. And imagine if you were to just test your limits to see how far you really can be.
Over the past couple of months, we have
I mean, he's
sporadically been
spitting.
seeing
It sound like he's
Cenat
spitting
post
right now,
on the
bro.
internet. Since the final
No, I'm not gonna lie. I have been seeing a lot. Hey, a lot of videos been hating on, bro. Talking about. I guess he left streaming because he's about to become a fashion designer or something. And people been hating on him, bro. That's low key weird, bro. Let that man do what he
he
want to
has
do.
been pretty much
That's his
avoidant
dream.
of
Hey,
anything that has to do with the
I support him
www.com. So much
quitting
so that
streaming all his way.
speculation started
That's
to
really his
trickle
dream.
down into the ethos about him retiring from streaming and quitting content creation, even backed by some of his nearest and dearest friends.
What? Kai's on here? How many Twitch subs will Kai reach this year? Gang, how do I tell you? That he retired for streaming, gang. He's not hitting none of these, bro. He's done.
Nutty.
He's a star now. He gonna be in movies and shit. He gonna be in movies and shit.
So when he recently dropped a video titled "I Quit" on his YouTube channel, it had everybody's ears perked up. Now, I know that this is classic YouTube jargon, clickbait, as some people would say, a misleading title. He's not quitting streaming, he's quitting doubt. He's quitting that box. Two monitors, a chat, reactions, and one version of himself that everybody has. He's choosing growth over comfort, and that's very rare in the streaming industry. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way for this channel. If you don't subscribe, how can I stay unemployed to feed you unemployed news? It just makes sense. Now, back to the video. For the past 6 or 7 years, Cenat has been streaming. He's been connected to content, and his whole life has revolved around it, formulating this blueprint that was repeatable, doing something but not really creating. You see, streaming is what he does, creating is what he's becoming. And this is a concept that he's definitely struggled with.
I know it's at times, usually I'm able to handle a lot of stuff by myself and find ways through it. But I just needed some advice on just pursuing life and goals that I have to how to find the confidence and the real commitment to pursue them. Because usually at the times I've achieved so much and I've been able to knock down goals I always wanted to do, and my mindset in my head, it's just like a lot of self-doubt. I'm not even depressed. I'm not sad. It's just for some reason I'm having like a lot of self-doubt because it's out of fear of stepping back from what I'm primarily known for, which is content creation. And
Yeah, that's a valid concern right
I
there,
think
bro.
the statement reigns true for just about anybody. Growth usually starts where confidence and comfortability ends, and that's where doubt replaces it. We've all experienced it before. You read those interview questions 10 times in the mirror. You've went and adjusted that tie or looked at your stockings 16 times, knowing that nothing is really wrong, but you don't want to face the world with any sort of imperfection. You read and reread, you write and you rewrite because you doubt who you are and what you are about to present to a bunch of people. And Cenat is no different. He is vulnerably and openly talking about the different endeavors that he's about to, launch himself into. Movies, acting, fashion, and everything else.
It's the opportunity to just express a lot of things that's been going on in my life. But this is Kai behind just the streams. And I want to do it the right way. This is not me slapping my name on any brand. And,
well, I can see.
And and trying to.
I mean, hey, respect. You're not pulling the Xbox. We saw what they did. Just let their name on that ROG.
You have to know who those people
No shade,
who are going to support you in the beginning, because those people also going to grow with you. The people who've been watching you for how long you been streaming? 5 years?
Like 4 or 5, yeah.
Right. So if they started watching you when they was 9, they 14 now. You know what I mean? And for the next 5 years, then they're gonna be 19. So they grow with you, and then their economics are gonna grow with you too. Right. So and that's fine. Y'all grow together.
Now, most people would probably think that this is a positive change, but by God, the internet is reacting so negatively to the new Cenat. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Finding hobbies and going into new ventures, learning these things and these crafts and not just slapping your name on a product learning how to write and read better on a daily basis, which can help you speak better, you would think that those are generally positive things. But I've seen the same questions over and over again about this new Kai Cenat transformation that I've seen for past content.
They are, those are positive things, bro. But people is hating, bro. People are low key just hating, bro. They low key hating because they wish they could go and follow their dreams, and they wish they could quit what they're doing right now and go follow their dreams. But they can't because they're not in the position Kai is, and that's okay. That's okay. Not everybody could. Not everybody could just do that. But Kai can, and people. That's just my take. That jealous people is just taking their anger out on him because they can't just leave if they had $1 million stream. If they were like what's Kai like $1 million, at least $1 million streamer, they can't just like leave. They wouldn't leave that because a lot of people would just keep doing that for the rest of their lives probably. But Kai, like I said, I respect it, bro. He wants to do something bigger. He wants to be more creative and stuff like that. And I respect it, bro. I respect it.
Creative. Is this genuine? Is this a cash grab? Are we about to get scammed? Is this some sort of ego project? Now, I can't lie, there's some good merit to all of these questions that people are asking. Do you remember the whole Logan Paul crypto zoo situation? The NFT space was so big at the time, and everybody and their mother was jumping in. So naturally, Logan Paul leveraged his name that he had built off of being a career-long content creator, being in the faces and spaces of children growing into young adults for a long time, and put himself directly in line with these different companies. Now that ended in lawsuit after lawsuit, litigation after litigation, disappointment after disappointment from the fans. Now I will say he has reinvented himself for the most part from the past Logan Paul days. Obnoxious vlogger who goes into Japanese forests and shows people hanging from trees, all the way to Prime, which I would consider a successful business. WWE star, philanthropist,
Hey, I
entrepreneur,
see
all these
people
different.
hating on Prime. Hey, this is a sidetrack. I see people hating on Prime. Prime. It's lucky tastes good, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't mess with Logan Paul or Mr. Beast and all them, but Prime tastes good, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
And even though the
It's probably
skepticism
not good
is
for you though,
valid, it's
even though they say
amazing
it
how no
is.
matter how successful he is or how genuine some of
Or
these
it says
newer
healthy
endeavors
pure
might
and
be,
Gatorade, I'm pretty
people
sure.
will always assume the bad first. And hell, you could even say the same thing about his brother, who people feel like is scamming the boxing industry. Now, for what it's worth, Kai Cenat is not either of the Paul brothers, but that doesn't change the sentiments shared by the internet. Streamer launching some fashion brand sounds familiar, and they're not necessarily reacting to Kai Cenat, but they're reacting to history. They're reacting to other creators doing this same song and dance.
Y'all see
Hey, all I
Casanel?
know is this dude better not charge no $1,000 for no jacket or something like that. I mean, you feel me? Like I said, I respect the dream and all, but like, hey, let's not get like $1,000 clothes or something like that, bro. You're not trying to be like Gucci or something out
He
here.
got his award. It was very telling what he said. He said, I have goals to be a fashion designer and have my own fashion brand. I have goals to write and direct movies. Okay. I told Terrell, it seemed like watching like a fifth grader talk about what they want to be when they grow up. And this is no slight to bruh. But the reason why I talk about these streamers in this way is your goals don't even align with what you're doing now. Your goals are the same goals as everybody's starting from zero, which to me make me feel like streaming is your launch pad. When you look at these people that get famous for one thing, and then they get up there and say, I want to do that or that, or I think I want to go this way. It's not that we don't know if you grew up and wanted to do that, right? But it does call into question what you're passionate about. Do you want to get into acting because you're passionate about being a part of these projects? Or do you want to get into acting because it's the best thing to do with your status? You know what I mean? It's the best thing for you to do next. And you have status now, so you might as well take your status and sell a movie ticket. That's always been a recipe for people. Oh, I think I'm gonna go into movies. Now that I'm famous, I'm gonna go and be a movie. And you know what that's called? That's called gatekeeping the art.
Now, I will say that everyone doesn't share these sentiments. Creators like DDG and Blackboy Max shared the same sentiments as Kai Cenat. And I think it's quite interesting because both of them are rap artists who have also been invalidated by, the different communities for what they've been trying to get into.
I know I go through the same shit. I ain't gonna give y'all a little spiel. I talk about this shit every day, man. Like, I really be wanting to just focus on music, but it's just so hard to step away from something that you're so used to. Well, I've been making
Yeah, low
content
key,
for
turn
10
that
years,
music off,
bro.
bro.
My
I'm
whole
not gonna
family
lie,
life changed off
I
content.
don't
It's
like
like,
none of DDD songs.
it's
Bro.
hard. It's difficult.
I don't
Every
like
day I
none of
get
Doodle
pushed and
Cartridge's
pushed and
songs, bro.
pushed and pushed
I'm
more
not gonna
to
lie to
focus
you.
on what I want to do for myself, you know, and see and
Hey,
take
I
that leap
respect
of
it though.
faith.
Hey, like I said
And
though,
another thing, like,
I'm not gonna hit on nobody's
I did it
dream, but
once. I can do it again. I took the leap of faith with school. Like, nigga, I straight A's in school, boom, boom, boom. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna drop out and do content. Did it. Now I'm here.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. No bullshit. Like, I always want to be a beacon of like light on. You can do whatever you want. Y'all already know this. I always tell y'all niggas this. You feel me? No cap.
Now, this is an interesting concept because these aren't fans of his. Now, albeit they probably consume his content as fans, but these are peers, people who go through the same fears, same worries, same doubts. For what it's worth, I think people forget that like content creation is algorithmic. It's science. It's not necessarily art. At least it's gotten away from that for the most part. I know if I talk about this subject with this title, with this thumbnail, I can print X amount of views and this is repeatable. And ultimately that becomes a job. And there's nothing wrong with having a job. Well, over here at the Unemployed News Network, it's probably a problem because you're probably watching this on your news break. But there's nothing wrong with having a job inherently. But going into this endeavor
right.
saying that you want to be a creative and then ultimately ending up, you know, punching in and punching out can't feel good. No difference than going into something like teaching or civil service, you know, working at the mayor's office saying that you're going to make a difference. And you ultimately find yourself filing paperwork year in and year out. When you try something new, you get pushed back from different people around you. Oh, that's a good job. Don't leave that. What about your benefits? But if you stay the same, it causes personal stagnation, which can ultimately be damaging mentally.
He does look a little schizophrenic because he's kind of talking to himself. He was posting videos for the past several months. Well, the whole internet was talking about him. They couldn't find this new channel. And he's like reading books by himself. He's sewing. He's like on the beach. He's doing... It seems like he was doing that. It was like a diary. But I'd like to see people use YouTube like that. And now that it's out, literally just got exposed like 30 minutes ago, we could see some of those videos. And I hope Cenat, I wish him the best. I think it's smart for him to leave streaming. I think that he pretty much hit the ceiling. You know, at this point, what is it he's going to do? React to clips? And
that's actually kind of crazy, bro. As a channel that only has 326 subscribers, when he's like the biggest streamer on Twitch, like, bro, that's
do,
crazy.
you know, scream and promote Rakai. It's like let
And it's
Rakai.
because he's not screaming around or jumping around or anything like that. Like, bro's really just speaking his mind. And as y'all can see, not many people want to see that. That's low-key kind of messed up.
Let Rakai do it now.
We gotta bring YouTube back to the old days.
You put your friends
this
on.
is all people
now they
used
can
to.
carry the torch
I'm
and
talking
be
like I was there.
the loud, funny black guy on the front of Twitch. That's what. But now Cenat is transcending. He's ascending. He's looks maxing. He's sewing.
Right,
it makes sense for him to
I don't know
try
about that, but
new territories. And you know, it's inspiring from Cenat because I want to do the same eventually. At this point, maybe soon enough, it's going to be time for me to hang up the hat, put down the OBS and the IRL toolkit, hang up the backpack, and start film directing.
New year, new me is a term that we've used for the past umpteen years to show that, you know, you're going through some sort of change. The difference is that it's not filmed, it's not out in public. People aren't vulnerable about these things. I think social media has made it socially acceptable to post your 75 hard or your push-ups that you do every single weekend. But for the most part, we fight silent battles. Cenat is a little bit different though. He's publicizing all these things. And for what it's worth, I think that it's actually beautiful. I think it's still relatable. And I think it shows that, you know, he's no different than anybody else. Look, I know you've probably clicked on this video waiting for me or some other content creator to shit on the fact that he struggled reading for a minute.
Spontaneous. How do I pronounce that?
all right, not knowing how to say spontaneous is kind of crazy. It's cool though. You trying? I'm guessing that's what the word is. Spontaneous.
Oftentimes when I don't know what a word is pronounced, I get to look at how it's pronounced and what it even means.
Spontaneity.
Spontaneity. The conditions
Oh
of being
yeah, yeah,
spontaneous.
yeah. No,
Spontaneity.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I wouldn't have known that word either, bro. I thought it said spontaneous, but spontaneity, I ain't never heard that word in my life, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a crazy word, bro.
Spontaneity.
Spontaneity.
But by God, if you are one of the
That's a
people
crazy
that is
word.
making fun of somebody for literally reading and looking up what 5-syllable words means and how to pronounce them, you've gotta be a loser. No difference than the people that laughed at people like Lizzo for posting her workout videos, laughing at the guy who's struggling for doing 5 push-ups, laughing at the woman for baking the cake that was ultimately not done in the middle. These people are trying these.
Like I said, bro, people. I feel like people just be jealous and they just be taking their jealousy out on people, on other people because they're actually trying to better themselves. Like, bro, like why are you hating? Why are you hating on Lizzo for working out, bro? You made fun of her for being big, but now she trying to get slimmer. Now you gonna make fun of her too? Like, bro, that just shows you people will hate on you for anything. It doesn't matter what you do, people will hate on you. So you may as well do what you want because people are gonna hate on you no matter what you do. Hey,
Things, and they're
that's a
succeeding by
that's a
just
quote right
trying.
there.
And I get so confused. Like, we're clowning him for learning, but isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? Learning? And let's be clear, I can make a pretty safe assumption about this. The people that are probably clowning him can't read. What's the reading level in America? Like 5th grade or some shit like that? Like, I know you can't
Dang,
read.
fifth grade
Laughing
is
at Kai Cenat.
crazy.
Like, you just seem so miserable to me. But the internet hates all this new content that Kai Cenat
Are we really that cooked in America? Fifth grade reading level is
is putting
crazy.
out. The reading for 20
That's
minutes a
actually kind
day,
of
the
crazy.
having real
Really
vulnerable
crazy, actually. We
conversations,
gotta
the,
change that.
reacting to music that is not normal for his audience to like. Sometimes I think y'all think this kid was a fucking Renaissance man out the womb or some shit like that. It's the most amazing thing in the world. But they're not giving pushback to the ideas of the execution. They're more so giving pushback to the change. What did Kanye say? I miss the old Kanye. Y'all missed the old Kai Cenat. And it's only been like 4 months. I think his growth reminds them of their own stagnation. And they ultimately benefit from the predictability that he brings. That's how they can get their hate memes off. That's how they can get their stylish jokes off, their rat jokes off, him being short jokes. That's how they can get all that off. But if he changes, you ultimately just look like a
For
D-bag
real. They're
watching a
jealous,
guy
bro.
in
They're
real time
jealous.
learn to read better and speak better and make fun of him. The reality here is that the audience doesn't own Kai Cenat. They don't own iShowSpeed. They don't own Plaqueboy Max. They don't own any of these creators over the past couple years who have been changing in real time. It's funny because we spend so much time shitting on these content creators in their youth as they go through their foibles and their endeavors on their rise to fame. We condemn them for the lack of being involved in social and political elements in the world. We criticize them for saying some of the most obscene things on the internet, and we probably should, but it is what it is. But on their growth journey and as they change, it becomes some sort of hatred towards them. But this matters a lot to me because on the other side of that, I know we get an I Show Speed. I Show Speed is going around doing his world tours, and this most recent stop in Africa has been beautiful for content creation and for
That is
people
true.
in general. Tyson is opening the door for people in the streaming and content creation industry to do new, do more, do better, do greater. He's even highlighted some content creators that he thinks can be greater than just a desktop streamer or an IRL goofball.
And imagine if you were to just test your limits to see how far you really can be. I look at streamers like Yana and think, why is she not in a cartoon animation film? She has the voice of voice acting. I look at people like Emily. She has the voice as voice acting. When I see Max get nominated for a Grammy, I'm like, wow. It looks weird to the outside and to people and to the thought of a streamer doing it, but he just opened up a door for a streamer and a content creator that loves to do music, and they now can potentially be nominated for a Grammy. That's how I think. Anybody, it's creation in general. So it's like, I think you shouldn't limit yourself at only that. And that's
That's
why a lot of
true. That's
athletes and
true. Don't
people
limit
have a lot of
yourself to only
trouble
one
with
thing.
becoming something more, because the risk and the trap is the fear of primarily stepping away from what you're already known for.
It's funny because in this streaming/content creation game, you get put into a box, whether it be the box that's this phone or the box that's a computer screen or this little small box here when I go to react to something. So it's easy to see how a content creator can feel boxed in when their life is like a little Russian doll. You know, the ones where you open it up and it's another one, another one. I'm in a box within a box within a box within a box. Like, it's so easy to see to me. But knowing that you have real power, real creativity, and real voice, and using that power, creativity, and real voice to do different, greater, better, whatever it is, shouldn't scare people. And so after getting blasted last year for all of his content creation endeavors, I remember them TikToks about it being Begathon 3. I want to ask y'all something. If Kai never changed, would you respect him more or just consume his content longer? Like if he was still reacting to Playboy Cardi's latest drop or using his music stylist to listen to the latest Bruno Mars drop, would you still rock with him? Do you actually want creators to grow, or do you just want them to be monkeys in a box?
Monkeys in a box is kind of crazy, but yo, hey, this shows you something about the internet, bro. Everybody who tries to change speed, trying to speed's maturing, Kai's maturing, like you said, Blackboy Max, these all people I used to watch back when I was younger, and they matured with me, bro. Low key. And like I said, bro, I think these people are hating just because they're jealous, bro. They're jealous that they're too scared to stop what they're doing, what they don't like to do, and try to better themselves. They're jealous, for real. And that's just how I feel about it. Me personally, I support Kai and everything he's doing, bro. I wish the best of luck to him, bro. And yeah, that's it for this video, y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bazonga.